Here at Joni and Friends, we believe that Christ is the only hope for the world, and that the church, as a body of Christ, has been given a common mission to go and make disciples of all nations.
Throughout his ministry, Jesus made it clear that this included sinners and tax collectors, Roman centurions and Jewish Pharisees, people with disease, and people with disabilities.
Early missionaries like Paul carried the gospel far and wide across the Roman Empire, and no barrier, not even the threat of persecution or martyrdom, could stand in the way of the gospel's advance.
But in our churches today, we have, without even realizing it, created barriers that keep people with disabilities from the gospel.
How do we ensure that we're ready to welcome anyone into our communities? The child with autism, the woman with intellectual disabilities, the man who's lost use of his arms and legs? Or how do you encourage the expectant mother who's learning she's carrying a child with a life-altering genetic defect?
Cliché answers and platitudes won't do. Our churches must reflect in word and action the reality that everyone is created in the image of God, that Christ died once for all, and that each of us has value to contribute in the body of Christ.
Being an accessible church means far more than making buildings accessible. As Sam Alberry puts it, people don't enter a church, the church enters a building.
When we include people with disabilities in our communities, we are reflecting something that is already a reality. Christ died for everyone. Everyone who knows Christ needs to find their place in the body of Christ. Without them, the church is incomplete.
We're not going above and beyond the call of the Great Commission. We're fulfilling it more completely. When we make room in our churches for those on the outskirts of society, we are filling God's house.
You're not alone on this journey, and it's our prayer that the Joni and Friends church training resources will encourage and equip you for every good work that God has planned for you.